Okay, peeps, so I'm done with the research, and that was important for a lot of different reasons. But first, before I get into anything else, I want to decide what the next thing is that I need. And I have it's 3 p.m. real time on Saturday to give you the update, and that means I have about 5 hours worth of research time before I want to just kind of like shut down for the night and focus on other things. So there's a few things obviously that I'm not going to research, like civil service or currency, and currency is actually a really big one. That's actually the one that I want next, but I don't want to do it now because it would get done at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that doesn't serve me as much of a purpose. So what I'm really thinking about doing is something that was like 400 or less, and then starting it up. Because if I could start the research at, say, 8 or 9 p.m., at 8 or 9 in the morning when I'm ready to start, currency would be done. And like I said, that's a big one for a lot of different reasons, including a trade outpost, which we want to get built, that's floating there in the sky, among other things. So I'm thinking it's a toss-up right now between masonry and archery, but since masonry is 4 hours and archery is only 2, and archery doesn't give me anything that I absolutely need right now, I'm leaning towards masonry. But I could, if I'm on top of things enough, do animal husbandry and archery. And I kind of want to do animal husbandry. I kind of want to get a pasture now. Originally, I wasn't really planning on it, but I'm thinking that that's something I would like to do. So, I don't know. So I think I'm just going to go ahead with masonry. I think that makes the most sense for now, and like I said, then I can just do currency right before going to sleep. So I got that going, and now before I let you go for the day, I can show you around a little bit on the progress. Not a ton of progress as far as buildings go, at least not yet, because we have, hold on, let me get this really quick. Because we're waiting for the upkeep to tick. So right now, server time is 5 p.m. The upkeep is 8 p.m. So I've got 3 hours before I can put down my cottages. And like I said, I plan on putting them on this road here. So I got this all cleared out. As you can see, I even started the road. I don't have the materials for the sidewalk, but at least I got the road so I can use it as a frame of reference. And, you know, I want to clear the rest of this out, of course, but building the cottage itself will clear out a ton of that space because it'll just automatically delete when it's time for the building. So I'm not going to bother with it until I build the cottage, and then I'll just clear the area around it. This isn't claimed. Oh, no. Ugh, I hate it when it does that. It's like not letting me claim it, and there's like no reason, because I have this area claimed here and that area claimed there, so why can't I claim that there? It makes no sense to me. That's another thing that's kind of buggy about this sometimes. So we got the third farm completely cleared in the sense that it's, you know, everything that was above it and between it and the capital. I eventually want to turn all of this, of course, into dirt instead of stone, and work on all that, but I haven't had the chance to do that just yet. I started working on this, and then I just built a strip that way so that the grass would start to kind of grow across, as you can see there, because I want grass to spread to all of this. But I think we're going to be ready for the things. We have plenty of bread and carrots to get us started, which is what you need for the beginning. And by the time, in 3 hours' time, when it's time to actually build the cottages, this should be pretty grown, I think, anyway. The problem is I'm about to switch my government type to monarchy, and when I do that, it's going to put us into anarchy for 24 hours, which reduces your growth rate to only 30%. So the farms will basically not grow at all. Like, it's such a slow growth rate that it almost doesn't even register as being a growth rate. It's insanely slow. So dang it, I just freaking picked those up. So I was holding off a little bit because I wanted to see some of these finish growing before I did it, but honestly, I don't want to hold off anymore because I am working on a lot of stuff IRL right now, I have a lot of real life responsibilities that are kind of holding me back a little bit for the Civ experiment. So at this point, I'm just, I just need to switch the government type so that I can make sure that it's finished before the upkeep. And I'm trying to think to myself right now. I think when you go into Anarchy, you don't have any research, which means any research that I'm working on will stop. And that's really going to hold us back, because that's for 24 hours, and I forgot all about that. So this 7-day experiment hits a 1-day roadblock for expansion because you have to switch your government type. Dang. Well, I think because of that fact, even though it is cost effective to switch your government type before you have a lot of buildings, for the purposes of this experiment, since we were given tons of money and it's not a giant factor, it might be important to do early growth before worrying about switching to monarchy, just because we don't want to lose that science completely, because that'll really hold us back, like, bad. Yeah, that's not going to be good. So I guess to heck with it, and I'll just, to heck with it. And I'm going to work on, I'm going to slap up the 2 cottages that I wanted to slap up. And so that we can, oh wow, the Vikings have been conquered by Meridian. Wow. Major, it's wartime right now if you haven't figured that out. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so it took a couple tries because I was kind of getting buried in the frame itself and I couldn't see since we were putting it into the mountain. But here is where the cottage is going to go, which obviously got rid of a whole bunch of the hill for us, which is good. And it's in a good place. There's literally just one layer of crap in front of it that I need to clear away now. So we almost cleared enough away before we actually had to jump into it. And now I should be able to put the next one right here. I'm just going to clear away a decent amount of stuff so I don't get like stuck in the frame when I go to build it. So that's a good start as well. And I should now be maxed out on my improvements. I am 6 out of 6. Not maxed out on my plots though. Obviously we still have ways to go on that. But the upkeep is getting more and more expensive. So when we switch government types, that's going to be very costly. Even for someone that was given a large sum of money, it's adding up fast. And if I'm not mistaken, I deposited 400,000 coin into the town treasury when I first started, and it's already down to 269. So we've definitely spent almost 150,000 on the construction of buildings. And then for the Civ, I deposited 500,000, and it's down to 450,000. So 50,000 has been spent on research, plus the 100,000 that was spent to start the Civ in the first place, plus money that I had to spend on other little things here and there. So the cost of the Civ is adding up quickly. But you can see I still have like 700,000 or so in the Civ and in the town. And then I personally still have 4.1 million. So obviously there's plenty of money there, and plenty of money to keep growing. But it's depends on when we have to get into these later techs, because some of these later techs get incredibly expensive super fast. The later tier techs can be incredibly expensive. So if we manage to get to them in the within the first 7 days, which I honestly highly doubt we will anyway, but if we do, that will see our money go away fast. But that's just one more reason to build the cottages now, and then we'll worry about switching our government type down the road, because I want to get some of these early techs done now so that we have the ability to do a few different things. And one of those things was definitely currency. I didn't want to not be able to research currency because, hey, let me claim this chunk this time. Huzzah! I didn't want to switch my government type until I at least get currency, because I do want the trade outpost, because it lets us upgrade to a large village. So those are all things that are important. Actually, If I'm not mistaken, Monarchy lets us upgrade to a village, though. Town upgrade. Ho ho! How about those bananas? All right, not bad. So there you go. We're a village. So still want to get currency so we can be a level 4 town, but right now we're a level 3. That gives us 2 more tile improvements. That's pretty awesome. So probably looking at yet another farm and another cottage, but I don't even have the 3rd farm fully planted yet, because I'm slowly gathering seeds and stuff from the whole process. So I think to start off, at least, I'm just going to go straight ahead. Well, I was about to say I can do another cottage and then another farm, but I did want a pasture as well. Although I'm not sure if I'm even going to make my cottages level 5 eventually, or level 6. I might just leave them as level 5 because level 6 cottages are very difficult to maintain to keep enough meat. I honestly think the pastures are very broken at this point in CivCraft. So there you go. So now we're building 3 cottages side by side. All 3 of which will obviously finish like pretty much right next to each other. And again, all we got to do is get rid of that one single layer and they'll be fully exposed. So that is really cool that we've gotten that far. And although I can make a farm, I don't think I'm going to worry about making a farm, because like I said, there's barely anything growing here at all. So, I mean, I don't even have my 3rd farm really going yet, so why worry about a 4th farm? So, a lot of progress today, and we should have my next update video. I think what will happen is I'll probably just skip ahead to tomorrow. You already know what I'm doing tonight. Basically, the only thing I'm really accomplishing tonight is to start the research for currency, because even though I'm researching masonry, I'm not really going to be using anything from masonry, if that makes any sense, at least not now. So that's what you can expect. So I'm just going to skip ahead to Sunday for the next update video. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time. Laters. Okay, so that was part 6 of my CivCraft playthrough. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, you can hit the like button below. My link for you today is a video that I made about a new YouTube feature called the Community tab that I'm going to be using to get more involved with my fans than I ever could before. So my first official shout out is going to be to MMG. This individual has over 2,000 subscribers and recently commented on the very video that I'm linking, so still very involved on my channel and has been subscribed to me since November 29th of 2012. So big thanks to MMG for being a big supporter of my channel. I appreciate that support. So go watch that video. If you like that video, you can hit another like button. Now you're already up to 2 likes. You're getting awfully close to needing to subscribe at that point. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like 2 of my videos, what's keeping you?